死んだは初めて俺に伝えている。
絶望の匂いだ。
面白いこと見せようか。ほら、こんなに家賃が多すぎて。
お父さん。
あかん。
ドナルド君はまだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ万歳。ファイト。
絶対負けないよ。
ランドトライドまで。
出ろ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
おい、仲良くしてね。この世界傷ついていけるかな。昔グレートだった大きにまたグレートになるかな。あのさ、有名人なら誰かのマンコ掴んでいいさ。そう見張らせるで。
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199 from the road. It might not look like it, but I am not in my normal studio. So we are traveling and we are live. It's been a crazy day. And of course, you know, I just did Tuesday night's main event right when I got where I was going. I unloaded the laptop, fired it up, and jumped on Tuesday night's main event. But here we are now, CobraCast. So I hope you guys are hyped, because I'm hyped, because the world of politics never stops. It is crazy right now. Tree Bear with $20 and says, just got the CobraCast shirt today. I ordered it on 6/29, and they said they had a delay in production. For anyone still waiting, they are on the way. Hail the 199 LFG. Thank you, Tree Bear, for the update. Appreciate that, brother. I'm glad you got it, and I'm glad other people are getting their CobraCast shirts. And now that you guys are seeing people taking pictures of them, I'm getting people asking me to put them back in the store. So I'll consider it. You got to keep asking me, though. You got to keep asking me. But thank you, and feel free to continue to share those pictures and tag me on Twitter. I love seeing them, and I will show them off on here on. You know, 76 years old. And let's see. Oh, man, did I lose my connection already? I got to be back now. Am I back? Damn it. Okay. It says I have a strong signal. Am I back? All right. I was just saying rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. 76 years old. What a life. Just recently, in the last couple of weeks, maybe a week ago, he did his final show, and now we've lost him. 76 years old. What a legend. So RIP. Rock in peace. There you go. But thank you, everyone in the chat. Okay, looks like we're back. Looks like we're good. So 17 days ago was his final show. That is insane. 17 days ago. That kind of reminds me of, and I don't know if I have the timing right here. Remember when the Ultimate Warrior passed away, and it was right after his WrestleMania, and then he appeared on Raw, and then he died like immediately after? How quickly was that when the Ultimate Warrior died? Like, you know, he had the WrestleMania appearance. He buried the hatchet with Hulk Hogan. And then he showed up on Monday Night Raw. And then I think he died like a day or two later. Their cameraman says it's like a day or two later. Yeah, like it was insane. It was insane, the timing of that. Said he wanted to do one last show before he died. Ozzy Osbourne. Well, I'm glad that he got it. I'm glad he got that opportunity. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier with a gifted membership. DJ Fisty with $1. And look, let's go ahead and get into it, because we have a lot to talk about. So the news of the day, obviously, is everything with, Barack Obama and President Trump. Trump has been pretty fired up today. We also have a lot of Epstein stuff to go over. So, I mean, it's just been a wild day. And President Trump has been on it over the Epstein stuff. I mean, he has not been backing down at all. So right here, basically, this is the Vigilant Fox. This is a really good, account. And he's right. Trump has just crossed the Rubicon, and there's no going back. Inside the Oval Office with cameras rolling, he accused Barack Hussein Obama and Hillary Clinton of orchestrating the Russia hoax. Then he said it flat out, Obama committed treason. And so it's been a day, all right? And he has been demanding for them to be arrested. Now, that's going to be up to the Department of Justice to handle their business. But to be fair, and I am always fair, this is the most fair and balanced show on the entire internet. There's no doubt about that. I have proof. And listen, this is to be fair, okay? Because you had the sitting president of the United States of America accusing a former president of the United States of America of treason. Now, I'm going to have to give you the full story here. Barack Hussein Obama, has a very, very, very fair argument as to why it's not treason. I know you were thinking I was probably going to say, oh, Obama should be locked up, but Barack Hussein Obama has a very, very, very strong case as to why he cannot be charged with treason. Obama argues he can't be charged with treason since he wasn't born in America. Hey, I mean, not a bad argument, Barack Hussein Obama. Not a bad argument at all. I got to give him credit. I wasn't prepared for that argument, but that's a damn good argument, Barack Hussein Obama. Not bad at all. Of course, this is the Babylon Bee. Willie Will just dropped a proper 199. Hail Snake Pit, bark at the moon, hail Ozzy. Hail Ozzy. That's what I'm talking about. R.I.P. Ozzy. Thank you. Willie Will, it's been a while since we've seen you, brother. Good to see you here, man. Thank you, Willie. Hail to you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, it really was. It was kind of crazy when you heard that news about Ozzy, for sure. But like I said, I'm glad he got his final show. I know that the fans that were there in attendance, that's a memory that they will never forget, man. They will never forget it. So yeah, Barack Obama definitely has a strong argument, but that's not Barack Hussein Obama. Strongest argument. No. Not. You want to know what Barack Hussein Obama's biggest argument is? And so I've heard a lot of people say, oh, well, they raided Mar-a-Lago, so they need to be raiding the house of Barack Hussein Obama and Big Mike. And oh my gosh, am I skipping out again? Am I lagging a bit? All right, give me a minute here. Let me see what I can fix here. Okay, I think I can fix it. So give me just a minute though. It's crazy, man. My internet speed is insane. I don't know why I'm having problems right now. It makes no sense. It was only for a few seconds. Yeah, that's what she said. We should be fine here. I think we can get this fixed. But in the meantime, going back to the point at hand, here's what the argument is. So again, they raided Mar-a-Lago. We know that whole argument. They raided Mar-a-Lago, yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, guess what? Everybody wants them to raid the Obamas. Well, I got news for you. Not sure the FBI wants to raid Big Mike's panty drawer, if you know what I mean. I mean, could you imagine what's going to happen? Could you imagine? It will be absolutely horrific for the FBI to do that. They would all get the living hell beat out of them. All right? That's an NFL linebacker. All right? So, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea at all. I really don't. But yes, memes aside, do I think that, that Barack Obama is going to be arrested? I honestly don't think so, but I'm not going to say there's a 0% chance of it. I'm glad that Trump is keeping the pressure on, and I'm glad that he's not letting it go. And look, man, this isn't something that just happened today. President Trump's known about this for a long time. Listen to this.
2 minutes.
So when I listened to Joe talking about a transition, there's been no transition from when I won. I won that election. And if you look at crooked Hillary Clinton, if you look at all of the different people, there was no transition because they came after me trying to do a coup. They came after me spying on my campaign. They started from the day I won and even before I won, from the day I came down the escalator with our first lady. They were a disaster. They were a disgrace to our country. And we've caught them. We've caught them all. We've got it all on tape. We've caught them all. And by the way, you gave the idea for the Logan Act against General Flynn. You better take a look at that because we caught you in a sense. And President Obama was sitting in the office. He knew about it too. So don't tell me about a free transition.
2 minutes.
So
Trump has known about this for a long time. And, everything is now, coming to light, so to speak. And Tulsi Gabbard apparently is ready to drop even more information tomorrow because Barack Hussein Obama did respond right here. Barack Hussein Obama finally issued a rare official response to Trump and DNI Tulsi Gabbard, and it's very telling. Trump has stated plainly Obama and his gang committed treason, and he is not backing off that. Like, he's not mincing words at all. All right? He's absolutely not. Obama's office says nothing in Tulsi Gabbard's released document undercuts the narrative that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. And it says right here, they are shifting the goalpost because it's true that Obama and his intel state did decide that Russia was using cyber activity to influence the election for Trump. Trump would be correct, along with Tulsi Gabbard, in saying this is a treasonous conspiracy. Now, what's interesting is Tulsi has responded. She's responded to this, and she says, I'm going to drop even more information tomorrow. So right here is Tulsi's response.
We will be releasing further documents tomorrow that will refute that statement. And I would go back and point to, and we will be pulling a whole host of statements that were made by the Obama administration, by Hillary Clinton, by senior Democrat officials, by their friends in the media that state over and over again after this January 2017 manufactured intelligence document was created that repeat the narrative. And I'm looking at my notes here. New York Times says Russian hackers acted to aid Trump in the election. Obama's CIA Director John Brennan says there is strong consensus among us to support the CIA claim Russian hackers aided Donald Trump's election. Hillary Clinton said, I would be president if not for the Russian hackers supporting Donald Trump. So there is a vast body of evidence and intelligence that debunks and refutes this statement you've just read and others coming from some of the Democrat leaders in Congress today.
So, I mean, this whole thing, I have no idea how it's going to end up. But if I'm a betting man, I'm betting that, Obama doesn't see any jail time. But do I want him to? Absolutely. Do I think this is important? Absolutely. Barack Obama is the symbol of the destruction that has happened in this country over the last, decade plus. Like, it's Barack Obama. It's what he has done. His fingerprints are all over this. He has destroyed this country with all of his bullshit. And, I think that, there needs to be some type of payback for all of the damage that he's done to this country. I can't believe that we're here witnessing this right now. I can't even believe it that we're here. It is truly, as I've said, politics is the new WWE. And I firmly believe that. And it never stops. It's a constant rotating, battle of crazy story after crazy story. Alex Arrow Cave says, we need Geeks and Gamers Daily shirts. I tweeted ideas. I've seen a few people talking about that. I'm open to ideas. So continue to let me know what you think. Again, Willie Will, thank you, brother, for that proper 199. You are the man, and it's good to see you. Chat loves Willie Will. Zinny Biscuit says, found out my uncle Skipper passed in his sleep this morning. 722 and 723 will be 18 years since my dad passed. Hugs to you all. Zinny Biscuit, prayers up to you. Chat, throw up some prayers and throw some support out there for Zinny Biscuit. Sorry to hear that. And hugs right back to you. The JFK for 5 says, yo, where can I find that video you played of Barack and Big Mike on Tuesday night's main event? Need to spam it to my friends. 63215 hail the 199. Forest Through the Trees actually shared that with me. I'll play it here and I'll put it in the chat as well. It's really good. It's really good. Let's see. So let me pull this up. Let me get this link right here. Copy link, and I'll drop it in the chat. Here is the link right here. Boom. And this is the video that that he's talking about. So right here. Here we go. Here we go.
Who was born in America? Who went to P. Diddy freak-offs? Who hates white people the most? Who gives better head? Who has STD? Who drowned the chef? Who hates America? Who has a bigger penis? Who was born?
So there it is. So the link, I just dropped it in the chat a few minutes ago. So it's just so damn good, dude. It really is. So there you go. So if it's difficult to rouse with Michelle Obama has a penis, the linebacker. That is correct. Paul Stella says, just dropping in to say RIP Ozzy the GOAT. Clipfix says, Obama pardoned himself on the last day. Bet your life on it. There's no chance in hell that he didn't. Why would he not do it? Man, why would he leave a paper trail of any of the stuff that he did? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know how that works. So if you've committed treason and you're found guilty of that, I don't know how a pardon, I don't know how, if that offsets. I have no idea. So Mad Frog says, this story dropped when Obama was mid hot dog. Preemptive pardons makes no sense. Well, they don't, but look at, Joe Biden gave preemptive pardons, or at least the auto pen did. So, who knows, but I don't know how a preemptive pardon on yourself would work if you're found guilty of treason. I have no idea how that would work. But I would imagine, I feel like as the sitting president of the United States is found guilty of treason, I feel like that supersedes that like overrides a fucking a pardon. But I don't know. And yeah, and wouldn't you? Again, there's so many questions to that, but I personally, if Tulsi Gabbard is she's basically said that we need to bring charges on him. she would know if he had a pardon that would preemptively do that. But preemptive pardon for what? Did he preemptively pardon himself from treason? Or did he specifically say, hey, I can't be found guilty of treason because I committed treason? It's a weird thing, man. I don't think that there's no chance in hell that he can that can override that. But what am I? I'm just a retard with a microphone. Let's see here. Now there is some massive news surrounding Epstein. Okay. There's some massive news surrounding Epstein, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not sure Trump can recover from this one. This is probably the worst thing to date. CNN has uncovered an absolute bombshell on President Trump and his connection to Jeffrey Epstein. CNN working around the clock on this very, 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 very important situation. And I don't know if he recovers from this one. So I'm going to tell you what happened, and I'll let you guys make up your own mind. CNN drops an exclusive bombshell showing Trump at a wedding with Epstein. Newly discovered photos. The photos have been known for years. All of this was public record. Epstein's attendance was not widely known until now, CNN reported. So CNN is reporting years-old news now just to further a hoax on Trump. Apparently, the reporter called Trump and he said, "You've got to be kidding me," called CNN fake news and hung up. This is from, like, how old is this? I don't even know how old this is, but this is where they are. They are scraping the bottom of the barrel to try, and they're just going to try to do anything they can to keep the story going, and that's totally fine. I would tell them to report on the actual administration's behavior because that's far more damaging to the administration than pulling up something from, however long ago, older than Mario Kart 8. It's from 1999. Yeah, it's from the fucking 90s. It's from the 90s. And CNN is reporting on it like it's something new, like they've got something on him. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. We finally got him. And I'm like, good Lord, because I saw it. Yeah, so 1993 is what it is. Right here. Here it is. CNN published photos of Epstein at Trump's wedding in 1993. 1993. So I continue to ask if there is something damaging of Donald Trump with Jeffrey Epstein. Don't you think they would have released it already? They're scraping the bottom of the barrel. They're acting like this is new news so that people on the left will run with it. Talk about the administration's fumbling of the Epstein files, because it has been a fumble. Talk about that. Talk about how Pam Bondi brought a bunch of stupid influencers and handed blank folders that said Epstein Files Phase 1 and never followed through. Talk about how Pam Bondi came on national TV and said that the Epstein files are on her desk, and yet then turned around and said the Epstein files don't exist. Talk about that. That is the biggest fumble this administration has ever had. And CNN has decided we're going to pull up photos from 1993. Good Lord. We knew this. This is nothing new. And they're acting like that they're breaking some massive story to expose Trump. It is painful at best to watch this whole thing play out. But this is all they have. And again, if there was something, when they're pulling stories like this, do you not think that they would absolutely expose Trump if they had something that exposed him? Like, seriously. Michelle Obama was still going by Michael in 1993. I mean, That would be breaking news, I guess. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier, would they get their membership? Thank you. Appreciate that. Fantastic Knox says, I guess CNN is happy to ignore Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell was at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. CNN truly scraping for scraps. Yeah, but, I mean, we did get this piece of information today from Fox News. Trump makes unprecedented move in Epstein investigation. Now, what's interesting about this is that apparently they are going to talk to Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay, apparently they're going to talk to her. My question is, did Pam Bondi not know that she was like available for discussion 3 months ago? So now suddenly Pam Bondi's like, oh, we could go talk to Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend who's in prison. Like, yeah, you could have done that 3 months ago. Jesus.
To our top story now, the U.S. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says he wants to meet in person with Ghislaine Maxwell. She is in federal prison for aiding Jeffrey Epstein, and the House Oversight Committee has just voted to subpoena Maxwell, compelling her to appear for a deposition. Joining us now is the former Deputy Assistant Attorney General John Yoo. John, good to be with you. President Trump was asked about this a moment ago when he was with the president of the Philippines in the Oval Office. This is what he said about Todd Blanche going to talk to Ghislaine Maxwell. Listen here.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do. I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that too much. It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt.
Which is in line with what I said exactly before all of this blew up, where I said, I don't think Trump cares about this story as much as his base does. And I continue to be proven right.
You think of the whole idea, because certainly you would think, as close as she was to Jeffrey Epstein, that she holds the keys to the kingdom.
John, good to be with you. This is a remarkable step. The Deputy Attorney General does not go around meeting with federal inmates or even meeting with people who might turn state's evidence in ongoing cases. So this is a sign of how serious the Trump administration thinks this is, how worried they are that trust in the administration is eroding, is that they got to call out the really big guns to get involved, like the
I don't think that I disagree that the Trump administration thinks this is important. I think that that is the exact reason why we've ended up in this situation, is because the Trump administration has not thought of this as important, and that's why we are where we are. They may think of it as important now, but they have not thought of it as important up until the last week or two.
The Attorney General. On the other hand, you have to ask, how much does Ghislaine Maxwell know anymore? If she had all this information, the time she would have used it was when she was trying to reach some kind of plea bargain with the government to avoid the very jail time she's in now. However, if there's anybody who might still be at the center of a conspiracy, who might have knowledge of all the people who went to Epstein's Island, anybody who might have been blackmailed by Epstein, it would still be Maxwell. She's the only one, I think, who's left.
Yeah, I mean, she was literally attached to him at the hip. You would think that she would know just about everything that he was doing. Now, in terms of her cooperating with the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, do you think she would just say, oh, sure, let's talk? Or would she say, what are you going to give me in exchange for me talking?
Of course not, John. She is going to press for the best deal she can get. Now, she's already serving a sentence in federal prison, but the president can commute a sentence. The president could even give her a pardon. I don't think a pardon would be warranted, but the president could say, in exchange for your cooperation, I will order a reduction in your sentence so you could get out earlier than promised. But she would really need to come across with the goods. She's also got a case. Her case is actually still pending right now at the Supreme Court. I believe the Justice Department is opposing the Supreme Court taking her case. Her case is not the kind that the Supreme Court would take, but she might also ask that the Justice Department drop its opposition to her appeal to the Supreme Court. I can't see the Justice Department doing that, but she's going to try to trade whatever information she has for less time in jail.
Well, a grant of clemency, certainly.
Is she serving 20 years? Is that what her sentence was 20 years? something like that.
Would be a controversial thing. Congressman Tim Burchett was talking earlier today about this idea that Pam Bondi has asked a federal judge in New York to unseal all of the documents and testimony before a grand jury. This is what he said.
I applaud the president and Attorney General Bondi for wanting to release the grand jury files. I believe that'll pretty much cover everything. But I would give everybody a caveat, or that's a big word, but a warning that just because somebody flew on a plane doesn't mean they're a deadgum pedophile.
Yeah, it was Burchett actually who introduced the motion in the House to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell. What do you think we could discover if the grand jury testimony and the files are released? Now, I should say that there's a bit of a caveat here from the judge involved in the case. I've got his order right here before me. This is Judge Richard Berman. We've heard his name before. He said Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 6E codified the practice, quote, older than our nation itself, that proceedings before a grand jury shall generally remain secret. So if he releases all this stuff, it's going to be a pretty rare occasion.
And John, this would be momentous. It would also be, I think, unlikely to happen in full. The reason why we don't release grand jury testimony, the reason we don't rely raw law enforcement files is because they are filled with innuendo, rumor, gossip, massive amounts of things that are unverified, possibly untrue. And so when the government speaks, it usually only speaks in the four corners of the indictment, the documents it produces in court. Yep. And so one thing we don't want to do in all this is to besmirch people's reputations, destroy reputations, but also we want to make sure that people are willing to cooperate with the government in the future. Witnesses are not going to appear and not going to voluntarily testify if someday the government might release everything they said. So there's got to be a careful balance here between privacy, between the needs of the Justice Department in the future to carry out prosecutions, but also getting to the bottom of the truth about what's happened with this Epstein.
Well, I agree with everything he's saying. And that's why this situation should have been taken more seriously from the administration. And we could say that, and I firmly believe that this is just not something that's important to Trump because he's got so many other things on his plate. But people like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, they are in the trenches on this. They understood the transparency that needed to be released. And that's why this should have been handled in a lot better way, because those two guys in particular, more so than even Pam Bondi, those two guys understood the demand that the public and the base of MAGA had for this better than anybody. And the fact that this thing has been fumbled so fucking bad is embarrassing, to say the least. It's absolutely embarrassing. And I obviously the ultimate responsibility still lies on, Trump. But when you're talking about the details here, Patel and Bongino have to be directly held responsible if this thing doesn't get worked out. You can release, again, if there's a list. I don't even know if there's a fucking list, but Kash Patel seemed to think there was a list. Kash Patel, before becoming the FBI director, said the FBI has the list and they will not release it. That was what he said. Now he's the director. Now, if in fact, hypothetically, and I'm just saying hypothetically, I'm going on what Patel and Bongino have tried to kind of say, but it's like, I think it's, my rule in life is like anything else. I think that if you're going to offer an apology to someone, for instance, I think the apology should be as impactful as whatever you did to warrant an apology. So, for instance, if I, hit you, you should be able to hit me back. In theory. So if I do something that's really bad to you, I better go out of my way instead of just giving you like a half-ass, like, hey, sorry, I did that fucked up thing. I need to go out of my way and go over and beyond to apologize, for instance. Now, my point being is that Kash Patel went overboard on the Epstein list before he became the FBI director. once you become the FBI director, you have a responsibility to give the same energy with what you have found as the same energy that you were putting out to get that position. All that bravado, all of that shit talking, all of that energy, you were sitting there just boom, 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 this. And then you're going to sit there like a corporate stooge in a tie and go, I know what I'm talking about. I'm qualified. Here's what I know. Fuck off. No. We did not push for a typical politically correct suit and a tie. That is not what we wanted. We wanted a guy that was willing to go out there and say things and call things out and talk to us like we're normal people, not like you're a political robot. And suddenly he starts talking like a political robot. Same with Dan Bongino. That's why nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying it. You got to talk to us as the people that we wanted to run this, the FBI. But you're talking like a person that we hated from the FBI. You're not talking like the person that we wanted to run the FBI or to get into these powerful positions. It sucks. So it's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. So the responsibility ultimately, the administration has to be, held accountable for that. And it is what it is. Red Mage says, for 20, says another thing around going around was supposed to court documents that outline an essay claim involving him and Epstein that was filed in California in 2016. A friend of mine commented it's BS since this would have come up a long time ago. I agree with him. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Listen, man, we will look back on this era of politics. Again, I say this, I've said this before, I'll say it again, but nostalgia is a very powerful thing. When we talk about nerd stuff or whatever, we go like, oh, how great was it back when we got the Super Nintendo or the Nintendo 64 or the PS1? You remember how great gaming was. You remember the Xbox 360. You remember Halo 3. You remember Modern Warfare, and we just think about this amazing time that we were in and how we wish we could go back to that. In 10 or 20 years from now, we're going to be looking back on the Trump era of politics, and we're going to be like, my God, do you remember how crazy that was? Do you remember how every day we would just Trump would say something or the media would lie about him or something crazy would happen? Do you remember how insane it was? And we're going to be sitting here looking at a couple of boring politicians that are going to make us go, man, when Trump was there, it was crazy. It was a wild time. Every day something was crazy. So appreciate it while you have it. And then Jeremy the Cyborg for $100. Voices, 1,000 voices whispering. The time has passed for choices. Golden days are passing over. Yeah, I'm going to butcher this. I can't seem to see you, baby. All through my eyes are wide open. God, your typing is really bad on this. The words are pushed together. Although my eyes are open wide, but I know I'll see you once more when I see you. I'll see you on the other side. Jesus Christ. At least I got $100 for butchering that. That was worse than Beardo. They do this on purpose. Jeremy reads slightly better than Beardo. Are you sure about that? I don't think so. Thank you, Jeremy the Cyborg. Also, Jeremy, didn't you send me? Hang on. You sent me something. Hang on. What did you send me? 5th grade education? That's a Oh. I wish. Can I give you your $100 back? Can I give you, I know they're Ozzy lyrics, but can I give you your $100 back? Because the only reason that I pulled up your DM from me was because I remember you sent me one at the end of main event, and now I regret it. But I'm going to show the whole chat now. So now the whole chat's going to be mad at you. The whole chat's going to be mad at you now. I'm about to make the whole chat hate you. This is what Jeremy the Cyborg sent me. It's a meme from Tuesday night's main event. Bro Island gay travel guide with Beardo and Dan. Whoo! Thank you, Jeremy the Cyborg. I appreciate it, brother. Oh, you know what? Willie Will did send a proper 199 earlier, didn't he? Willie Will sent a proper 199. So we respect the proper 199s. You know we do. Thank you, Willie Will, for the proper 199.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm going to do it.
Do not come.
I'm going to come.
Beautiful white paint. It's coming down at 10,000 miles an hour. It's coming down at levels of speed that nobody ever even conceived of. Where it's rough, but it's coming, and now it's turned around. It turns around, and it's coming, and it's going to, I said, oh, because you see at that bottom, this section right here, that sucker's, oh.
So thank you, Willie Will. I appreciate it. So this is this was just tweeted out like 3 minutes ago. Breaking: Ghislaine Maxwell likely to strike a deal with Trump DOJ over Epstein intel, claims former Epstein attorney Alan Dershowitz. I don't know how much I buy this. I mean, like, Dershowitz he's been asking for Maxwell to be pardoned for a long time. He's been claiming that she should get a pardon for a long time. So, I don't know. And again, Leading Report loves to put clickbait stuff out there sometimes. So, I don't know. I don't know how much I buy that. That is just him speculating, which he's been talking about this for a long, long time. So I don't know how much I buy that. So we will just have to, I don't know. I can't take that one to the bank. That's just pure speculation on his part. Got that one. Slain Hope says Maxwell fed little kids to monsters. Wood chipper. Yeah, I mean, I haven't read like the specifics of what she's locked up for, but I mean she's as evil as Epstein. The thing you have to like, the thing that bothers me is that how long she been locked up for now? What is it, like over 5 years now? Has she been locked up? And so, like, hypothetically speaking, if she was to be able to help authorities find out or expose who more of these pedos were, I would ask myself, so we sat around for 5 fucking years with a person that could help us find out who were harming children, and instead we let this bitch rot in jail while all of these dangerous people were free to harm more children. What the fuck are we doing? That would have been that's going to be my question. It's like, well, if she had intel that could have helped us go after these people, why the fuck has she been sitting in prison for 5 years? Why haven't we been working on this sooner? I guess we'll see. Well, to be fair, it was Joe Biden's DOJ, but still, Random commenter dude says, if they raid her panty drawer, they will find boxers. Will they find boxers or briefs? Talking about Big Mike. Matt Frog says, Phil got on Fox. Yes, he did. We're proud of him. Justified says, with news, Jeremy is the spoonful of sugar that makes the medicine go down the most delightful way. What? Naders says, wouldn't putting Obama in prison be more like a buffet vacation for him? Probably. Ministry of Wrong Things says, this is going off the rails like a crazy train. R.I.P. Where's Samsung? I don't know. I haven't seen Samsung in a few days. I don't know where Samsung is at. Sure, he's around. Okay, so we've got more comments that President Trump made today. Right here. Here we go. So here's Trump.
Remember, don't let them forget. It's so important. Obama cheated on the election. Look, the camera just went off. Obama, the red light just went off. Can you believe these people, how bad they are? Obama cheated. When they give you all the nonsense, Obama cheated and his people cheated, but he was there. You ever hear this? They talk about, if they ever even mention it, they never mention his name. Just the opposite with me. But they only mention my name. They don't mention any of you guys. They don't mention Tom. They don't mention Steve. They don't mention our great speaker. They mention Trump all the time. I'd like to have them mention you. But remember this, Obama cheated on the election. And we have it cold, hard, blue, and it's getting even more so because the stuff that's coming in is not even believable. So, and you should mention that every time they give you a question that's not appropriate, just say, oh, by the way, Obama cheated on the election. You'll watch the camera turn off instantly. But I want to thank all of you again once.
He also said this right here. Let me find it. I don't think he's going to let this go. And the fact that Obama felt the need to have to release a statement is pretty funny. This was a funny comment that Trump made earlier. He was talking about Tulsi Gabbard. And it could be interpreted a couple of different ways. When I first read this comment from Trump before I heard it, I'm like, the internet's going to run with that one. The internet's going to run with that one.
Director of National Intelligence. Oh, where's Tulsi? She's like hotter than everybody.
Freaking Trump, dude. Oh, my God.
Director of National Intelligence. Oh, where's Tulsi? She's like hotter than everybody. She's the hottest one in the room right now because she found out with certainty. I think we knew it before, in all fairness, Tulsi, but now you have certainty. She has all the documents. She has everything that you need. And she found out that Barack Hussein Obama led a group of people and they cheated in the elections and they cheated without question. It's not even would you say there's even a little question there, Tulsi? She says no. And you found things that nobody thought we'd ever find. And I'm very happy and very honored to have you with us. She's right now, by far, Speaker, she's hotter than you right now, Speaker. She's the hottest person in the room right now, Speaker. So, Tulsi, great job. And I know you have a lot more coming. She told me you've seen nothing yet. So I heard those rumors about you, but now I know they're true. So we're very proud of you, Tulsi. They cheated so badly. And ultimately, it led to a loss in 2020. And it shouldn't have been a loss. It was a big victory. We won by a lot. We had to do it again. But if I thought we lost, I would never have run again. And this is a far more consequential election than it would have been if we did. That's the only thing I can say in favor of it. But
only Trump, man. Only Trump. He's got a way with words. He always does that. He always says something and people are just like, what? Wait, what did he say? I mean, look, here, hang on, open in there. I mean, listen, I don't know. I mean, I think Tulsi is doing a great job, and I can get behind Tulsi. I can get behind the work she's doing. I can totally, and I think most people in chat would get behind Tulsi and support her. And that's pretty much what, that's what we as a people should do. Totally get behind Tulsi and just support her fully. So I agree with President Trump. I agree with what President Trump had to say. And yeah, there you go. So oh man. Okay, this is a hell of an idea right here. I gotta be honest. I like this idea. Unseen Dimension says, should I start a GoFundMe so I can super chat more? You may be the single smartest person that has ever watched a live stream. Do you want to talk about 4D chess? You want to talk about 12D chess? Bro, you're living in the future right now, brother. This is insane, all right? I am blown away by that. I mean, who was it? Was it Kirsha? Let's see if I can find Kirsha's Twitter account. Didn't Kirsha didn't her fans, didn't her chat get her like a didn't they get her a billboard? Am I right about that? I think Kirsha's audience got her a billboard. So what we have to do is start GoFundMe so I can get more super chats. That is amazing. So yeah, because Tree Bear actually memed on it as well, I think. Eric K, can you send me the link to Kirsha's billboard? Yeah, her chat got her a billboard, which is absolutely insane, dude. So if you can send that to me, Eric K, I'll show. And then Unseen Dimensions asked me if I would support it. Hell yeah. But at the same time, that could be a hell of a grift for you, because you could raise like all this money to super chat me, and then you could cash it out and run with the money, which I would not be mad at either. I would respect that. Slain Hope says she couldn't plea deal because the FBI had the names. Brian Stewart says you're traveling, so by law you owe us a car video. Hey. CobraCast 199 billboard win. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually like a good investment or not. I have no idea. Maybe I'll ask Kirsha. Fart Sausage says that Trump tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier says, remind the Trump haters that 2028 to 2036, we could see a wise old Trump as Speaker of the House. I have heard this one quite a bit, actually. I've heard people say that Trump's going to be Speaker of the House in 2028 to 2036. Fantastic Vision Knox says Tulsi going scorched earth against the party that wronged her. Dems distancing themselves. Hillary calling Tulsi a Russian asset. And it sullied her name. I say make them pay dead to rights. I mean, listen, man. This is exactly what we all wanted. This is exactly what we all wanted. What we're witnessing right now is what we all wanted. I don't think we're going to get like any direct answers. This is going to be a process, but I love that Tulsi stepped up today and said, oh, I'm going to drop more information now. If Barack Hussein Obama wants to sit there and talk shit, she's like, I'll just drop more information because I've got a lot more information, and she's not backing down at all. I know that Hillary released a statement. I got to see if I can find this. I don't know if you guys saw this. I got to pull it up. I think I had it in my bookmarks. Let's see. Yeah, Hillary early. I think it was like guys might have missed it, but let's see here. Yeah, right here. Here's Hillary. Hillary released a statement right here. Here it is. Here
it is, from my perspective, less important today, looking backwards, as to why these militants decided they did it, than to find them and bring them to justice. And then maybe we'll figure out what was going on in the meantime.
Dang it. Oh, hang on. Did she start it out with that? Is that what it is?
To respect The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make? It is
There's Hillary's statement right there. What difference at this point does it make? That's going to be her standard answer every single time she's accused of something. Oh my God, I hate her. I really like Hillary Clinton. Do we understand something? If it wasn't for Donald Trump, Hillary would have been president. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, cackling Kamala Harris would have been president. Do we understand? Do we understand? Holy crap. Trump stopped both of these women from being president. Chris Whiting says, I, for one, 100% support Tulsi. We all need rear her. I don't know what you're trying. I know what you're trying to say. But thank you, Chris. Z Herb says, thank God you decided to stream, Jeremy. I had to go to low places to get my fix. I had to go to Tim Pool IRL. Okay. Or Timcast RL. First of all, Z Herb, I apologize for putting you in that predicament right there. In fact, I'm going to have to drop some gifted memberships as an apology. So let me pull up the chat here. So Z Herb, I apologize. That is something I never want to hear. So membership gifting time. Here we go. And boom. Let's see if it goes through. And bam. So I did. I heard Tim Pool said something earlier today. He basically was talking about the Obama thing, and he said that he doesn't think that there's a chance that Barack Obama goes to jail. And that was the first time where I said to myself, maybe there is a chance he goes to jail, because if Tim says he's not going to go to jail, maybe he will go, because Tim's usually wrong. So Z Herb just dropped 20 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Thank you, sir. So that's 30 gifted memberships from Z Herb. 30. Not bad at all. Not bad. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Matt Frog says Trump doubles. Let's see. What? Wait. Trump's double. I don't even know what this is. Reminds me of Beardo. I don't even know what you're saying there. Christian. These at names are driving me crazy, man. YouTube, fix it. Christian says, I would love to get behind Tulsi. Wouldn't we all? Unseen Dimension says, I would give any amount that chat agreed I should. Hail to you, brother. Let's see. Fantastic Knox says, maybe he's saying we to see Tulsi. Oh, we need to see. I see your correction right there. We need to see Tulsi's rear. Well, I think we all can get behind that. Lance Finn with 5 gifted memberships. Let's go. Why is it only my streams? I don't think it's only mine. I know Friday Night Tights. I think Gary's live streams have the @ handles as well, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right? Am I right about that? For those of you that watch Nerdrotic, which is probably all of you. Dewey Bright says, thank the Lord Trump knows how to beat women. Yep. FNT does. Park Hop and normal names. Yes, others do too. Yeah, I'm. It's not just mine. It's not just mine. I know for a fact. So Eric says Nerdrotic live is regular. Okay, so see, yeah, it's weird, man. Jay's channel is normal. So Gary's main channel has the @s. So yeah, it's just a slow rollout that they're doing right now. I don't know how long it's going to take to get fully implemented, but unfortunately, this is where we are. Fantastic Mr. Knox with a gifted membership. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And I have been on the road all day, so a lot of this, there's probably a lot of news that I'm not completely caught up on as well. So there might be a few things that I've that slipped on me, but I did see that. Arrest Obama is trending along with Barack. It should be Barack Hussein Obama. So I'm glad to see that. I'm glad more and more people are talking about it, and I think more people should continue to talk about it. Again, if gun to my head, do I think Barack Obama goes to jail? No, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. But gun to my head, no, I don't believe that he is going to jail. I just don't. So, but I also, to be clear, I didn't think we would be at this point. I didn't think we would be at this point where, they've found out all of this stuff and that they're exposing it to the public. So I'm glad that that we're seeing all of that play out. Let's see. Got that. Oh yeah, Trump struck a deal with Japan, a huge deal with Japan. D-Day Cobra. Actually, Barry, is it Sotoro is his actual name? Yes, I've heard about that. That's why a lot of people. I used to think that people called him Barry because it was like short for Barack, but then I found out like the stuff about his name being Barry. John freaking Murdoch 450 says, "Hey Jeremy, I usually try to say something meaningful, but not tonight. Hail the 199. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate your consistent support. It's absolutely insane. I don't know what I did to deserve it, man, but thank you so much. Let me pull this one up because there's always a tweet. Okay, there's always a tweet. All right. Right here. Donald Trump, real Donald Trump back in 2012. When I was 18, people called me Donald Trump. When he was 18, Barack Obama was Barry. I thought it was spelled differently. But Trump put this out back in 2012. Freaking. Is it Soweto? Soweto? Is that it? Soweto? Freaking Trump, dude. There's always a Trump tweet. Look at this. When Michelle was 18, people called her Michael. Oh, man. That is freaking great. Trump has just always been the most savage mofo ever. Absolutely. Do we remember this? Yeah. Do we remember this moment right here? Remember this? Oh, I remember this.
Presidents and politicians.
Oh, that music's terrible. Oh no, this isn't the same one, right? Where's the one? No, okay, this is different. I don't remember which one this one was, but remember when Obama and Trump were sitting together and they were talking, and this was during the election or lead up to the election. Was it Jimmy Carter's funeral? Is that what it was? And so Kamala was sitting in front of them, and Barack and Trump were talking. And it was Jimmy Carter. Yeah, okay. I thought that was what that one was there. So I was wrong, though. Let's see. I got that one. Fantastic Knox, thank you for the Get to membership. Thank you. Transfer Sailor says, I lost the game. What game? What game? Fantastic Knox says, Obama's Nobel Peace Prize for speaking good should be taken away. That will get his supporters super salty. That's pretty much the only thing. Like, it's weird because I'm seeing a lot of Barack Obama stuff in my Twitter feed right now because I was watching a montage of him, like, where he was saying, like, Trump won't win, Trump won't win. So I had a lot of other stuff, like, popping up in my news feed. And, yeah, Obama was really negative towards Trump in the 2016 primaries and everything. Like, he really Obama did not think that Trump had a chance in hell at winning that election. Well, first of all, he didn't think that Trump had a chance in hell at winning the primary. He had zero. He had zero. Let's see. Let me see here where we're at. Samuel says, how much of this slow rollout do you reckon has to do with leveraging other nations and their leaders, them threatening us if we do drop names? Is that a possibility? Hope all is well. Hail to the chat. Thank you. I have never been a Trump is playing 4D chess Trump supporter. I've never felt that I think Trump definitely plays the long game on certain stuff, but like some of these Trump supporters think Trump is like this like unbelievably superhuman master manipulator of information. And it's like, I don't think that it's that deep. I really don't. I think that, and as I've said before, I think a lot of people have gotten their expectations very, very high over what this could be or what is out there or what is involved with it. And that is due to people like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel talking about it like they knew everything. And I think that it's a combination of things because there are powerful people, I believe, that were involved in this. But I don't believe that there's just like these people have covered their tracks for decades, man. I don't believe that they've left a paper trail that can be uncovered. I don't. But people have gotten this idea that there's this massive paper trail that is being covered up, and I would love for that to be true. I just don't think that it's probably true that the most evil people in the world who've covered their tracks for decades they left it all singular around this one man named Jeffrey Epstein, and he held all of the cards. And with his arrest, it was going to be the downfall of all these powerful people. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that this one man held all the cards to the most powerful people in the world. So I don't think that there's as much there as people have hoped or wanted. And I haven't followed the Epstein stuff that closely because I never bought into that. But when Trump started talking about it, when Dan Bongino and Kash Patel were put at the forefront of the FBI, I started going, oh shit, maybe there is something here. Like, why would you put Kash Patel and Dan Bongino involved? Why would you say you would release him? Why is Pam Bondi doing an influencer thing? Holy shit, there is something here. And it's turned out to be a fucking nothing burger so far. It's crazy. So, again, I've never been a big Epstein list guy per se because common sense is how I operate with things. And I just try to use common sense when I look at things. So it's like, none of it makes sense. People say that Trump is hiding Epstein stuff. He's covering up for Epstein. Well, then why the fuck did they arrest him? Why did Trump's DOJ arrest him if Trump is protecting him? That makes no sense. Trump is protecting Epstein, yet Trump's DOJ is the ones that arrested Epstein. What? That makes no sense. If Trump is the president of the United States and he's covering up Epstein and all the files, then it would have been far easier to just not arrest him. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't it? So now he's having to constantly, again, in the hypothetical sense that he's covering up for Epstein, which I do not believe. So in the hypothetical sense that he's covering up for Epstein, now he's constantly having to chase a paper trail that apparently is out there that he created by arresting Epstein in the first place. Ooh, like it's just, once you start thinking about it logically, it doesn't make a lot of fucking sense. It just doesn't. And so, so I'm bringing it back to your question, Samuel. I don't think that there's like all of this leverage that they're using on world leaders. I don't think it's as in depth as a lot of people have been led to believe. And I ultimately put the massive amount of blowback that's happening squarely on the Trump administration's shoulders, because they have allowed this to play out the way that it's played out, and they look like fucking idiots over it. So, you know, Z-Herb says a newspaper in Australia has an article titled "Under the Gun of Epstein. Trump tries, to finger Obama for treason, and a man that's certainly, oh man, that's certainly a title." Yeah, that is certainly a title. That is certainly a title. Gary G95 says, exactly, Jeremy. We want Cash and Dan to swing their balls out like the borders are Tom Homan. He already completed his job and shut the border down. And see, and if you want to talk about logic and common sense, again, the approach to this, you know, what's my big beef right now with Bongino and Cash Patel is that they talked a big game. They talked a lot of shit. They talked with all this bravado. Cash Patel said that the FBI has the Epstein list in hand and they can release it at any point in time and they can protect all of these kids and blah, 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 blah. He talked all this shit. And then he gets in office and they act like completely different people. Now, what's the logical response to this? Why did that happen? Now, a lot of people on the internet tell you, well, they're compromised. They've been threatened. I'm not saying that's not possible, but common sense tells you that these guys talked a lot of shit about something they didn't know a lot about. And now that they're in position where they can find out, they found out that there wasn't a lot there. And that's why they're talking like they have no balls now, because they talked so much shit and now they found out, oh, fuck. There wasn't as much there as we thought, and we look like fucking retards. And we really want this to go away because there's a lot of videos of us saying that this is there and talking all this shit about there's a cover up. And now we found out, fuck, we look stupid. That's the most logical explanation to this. So, Unseen Dimension says Trump knew you would say that. Infinity Dimension. Yes, Trump knew it. Trump knew it. Trump's working all the behind the scenes stuff. And it's like, it's not like anybody who knows anything about Donald Trump. Trump is a incredibly smart person, but he is tactical. But Trump operates off gut instinct. That's how he's always been. This is how he's always operated. He's very much like, I operate off of my gut instincts on things. This is how he's always been. Yet now you've got like these like MAGA people, you know, they're like, oh, Trump's been working this plan from a long, long time ago. And it's like, okay, no, I don't think so. Fart Sauce says, all of these Q turds that believe in the global client list also believe in reptile overlords. Yeah, I mean, that's never been me. I know there's a lot of people that watch this channel that are, you know, that are like want me to go down that rabbit hole of things. And I'm just going to operate on common sense. I ain't got much in this world, but I got a little bit of common sense. And, you know, I think that if you use logic and common sense, you're probably going to come to the same conclusions that I'm coming to, that these people talked up something that they didn't really know a lot about because it was getting them a lot of traction online. It was getting them a lot of attention in a lot of different areas, and it got them to get connected to bigger people and bigger talk shows, and it elevated them. And the more that they talked about it, the more popular they got. And now I don't think Dan Bongino ever thought that he was going to be deputy director of the FBI in a Donald Trump administration. I don't think that he believed that would happen. I just don't. And he ended up doing it. And, you know, then he found out, oh, shit, maybe all the stuff that I was running my mouth about, I didn't know anything about. So, Bongino is Israel first. I mean, I did see that clip of him when he was on a live stream. It was so cringy. I can't remember the full context of it, but someone was like, what is something that's so most important to you outside of like your family? And he goes, Israel. And it's like, why? Why did you say it like that? Like, I know a lot of you have seen the clip, but he says it like in a weird way. It was strange. I know a lot of people have seen that clip. It was really weird for him to say that. And I'm like, I mean, why? You know? Jessica says, I just realized Jeremy's background is virtual. I'm tired. Yes, it is a virtual background. I am traveling. So, because his wife's from Israel, who fucking cares? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Like that's a weird reason to say that Israel's the most important thing in the world to you because your fucking wife is from there. Who gives a fuck? That's a stupid reason. So I just think that's weird. But hang on. Sorry. My paycheck came in. Sorry. Israel's great, guys. It's amazing. I never talked about it, never cared about it. But now I do because Netflix Yahoo is sending me money. And I'm going to go touch the rock or whatever the fuck that thing is that all the influencers go to do. Ben Shapiro, little Ben Shapiro wants to hang out. So we're going to, hang out and talk about Israel and all that good stuff, I guess. So. What? The amount of fucking retards. I love sarcasm on the internet. I don't know if you guys have figured this out yet, but sarcasm is my superpower. And a lot of times I think people that don't watch me consistently have heard me say some really stupid shit sarcastically. And that's what they think of me. I see it in comments all the time. I was like, fuck, they really bought into that one. I was like, ugh. But I just use sarcasm a lot. Mitchell Field says, I'm glad you're doing a show this later. May you may your pizza be pineapple free and your bananas not be browned by Beardo. Pineapple on pizza is a hate crime, and I have to disown anyone that wants pineapple on pizza. So it is a hate crime. All right. Lame Legend says, yay, Massage Jeremy is back. As long as those paychecks keep showing up, I'm here, baby. Fantastic Knox says, in my opinion, on one hand, Bongino is to blame for jumping the gun needlessly. On the other hand, FBI should have been transparent well before Bongino got the job. Yeah, I don't disagree with that statement. I mean, it was Joe Biden's FBI, but even before Joe Biden, I mean, the FBI has been losing the trust of the American people for years and years and years. So, and I don't think that's like, do you have more trust in the FBI now that Trump is in office? I don't, and as I said, like, leadership matters. The people that are leading it matters. So if my theory about Dan Bongino and Kash Patel is true, and again, this is just a hypothetical because I don't know it to be true. I have no idea. I just speculate based off common sense. So let's just hypothetically say that my theory about Bongino and Kash Patel is true. And they talked a big game. They ran their mouths about something they didn't know anything about. And then they got into the positions where they could actually get the answers, and they found out that they blew a lot of hot air, and it turned out that most of the shit that they said either wasn't true or there was no evidence remaining. If, in fact, that is true in a hypothetical sense, the proper way to respond is to respond transparently. Dan Bongino had the biggest podcast in the country at the time when he took the job as deputy director. He knows how to communicate with people. He knows how to communicate very well with people. So he should sit there and go, I was a talk show host for a long time, had a huge, huge audience that listened to me every day. And I said a lot of stuff about this Epstein stuff. I said a lot of things. I made a lot of accusations. And I can't tell you that those things were never there. I'm just telling you right now, based on the information that we have been able to look at and the information that is there, we can't find anything of substance. And no one is more frustrated than me. I spent years talking about this, and we're going to continue to work to find out if it was hidden, if things were destroyed. We're going to continue to work. But here's where we are right now. That I would feel so much better about that if he talked like a normal fucking person, but instead he talked like an FBI stooge. I know I've repeated this a few times, but it's a valid point. The fact that he talked like a fucking FBI stooge means I'm going to treat you like an FBI stooge. Beef Nasty for 20 says, late to the chat, I would disagree. I think they really haven't seen the true files because they are probably gone. And if they did, they got sat down and were told, hey, this would collapse the economy, back off. But this would be the thing, okay? So I want to, and I kind of did address the first half of what you said, but let me address the second half, okay? Let's go on the theory that the Epstein stuff runs so incredibly deep that we will never truly understand the ramifications. Okay, let's go with that theory. Okay, and let's use common sense to that theory. All right, so let's use the theory that the Epstein list is there's so much to this. It could destroy the global economy, and Donald Trump is hiding the list because he knows not only could it damage him, it could damage the whole economy. Okay? So my counter to that is, then why did Donald Trump arrest him? Why did Donald Trump's DOJ arrest him? If people are being set down that run the FBI right now and being told you can't release Epstein stuff, why didn't those same people step in when he got arrested and go, guys, no. Get this guy. This guy can't. He's good. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Do not arrest Epstein. He has way too many ties. We can't have it. Why would they even fucking arrest him if it goes this deep? Makes no sense. He would have never been arrested in the first fucking place. It makes no sense. That was Obama FBI. I don't think it was the Obama FBI, but either way, people are saying that this could collapse the global economy. That means that the corrupt FBI would have already known, don't mess with this guy. Don't arrest him. Don't investigate him. If we're going on the hypothetical that everybody's involved, common sense does not lend to that idea at all. It just doesn't. Common sense does not lend to that idea. Stop asking questions, Jeremy. Oh yeah, the not you, but like the crowd that loves the all I'm doing is asking questions. I bet they hate the questions I'm asking right now, because the questions I'm asking completely counter this theory that the whole world's involved and it's going to collapse the global economy. I don't buy it. Slain Hope says Trump's DOJ arrested Epstein. They had the list first. Yeah, there you go. So the question is why, if Trump is hiding all of this for Epstein now, why did he even arrest him in the first place? Makes no sense. Fantastic Knox says, oh, I got that one. Fantastic Knox says, pineapple on pizza rocks. Hate anchovies, though. Ugh. Both of them are terrible. Jeremy, you're scared of the real question. Oh, I'm terrified of it, man. I am terrified of it. And so I would implore, I'm being paid by them. So why would I question them? Now, I will say that Israel money is good, but that Nintendo money pays a lot better. And And Nintendo is far more violent if you cross them than Israel ever was. So my loyalty is with Nintendo because I know for a fact you can say bad things about Israel, but if you try to pirate Nintendo games, you might not make it through the next hour. Nintendo will be at your door and ready to murder you and everybody that you've ever known in Minecraft. Z-Herb says, what happened to Jeremy? He fell off and was almost there. You were just waking up. I was almost there. Mr. No One says, pineapple on pizza is like banging your hot cousin at the family reunion. So wrong, but so right. Or so I'm told. Jeremy's on the Mario list. Time for the real question, pepperoni or sausage? Pepperoni. Easily. Matt Frog says Epstein was arrested for the same reason Weinstein was arrested. They were burned assets. Epstein got a sweetheart. I think you meant to say sweetheart deal in 2008. Second arrest was way too public. Both were protected for years. Apparently not, because Epstein is dead, and he was dead, and his name has been shamed. So clearly he was not protected because he's dead, and his name is completely ran through the mud. So let's see. Logan for $10. Thank you. And says nothing. Obama in jail or free Nintendo products for life? Obama in jail. Easily. I'll just continue to grift and get super chats so I can buy Nintendo shit. But yeah, so I will take Obama in jail over free Nintendo stuff. Easily. Dude, like Obama in jail is that's so much better. That's so much better than free Nintendo stuff for the rest of my life. I will take Obama in jail, please. That would be great. Let's see. Got that one. Taker says, Jeremy, any regrets over financing Beardo's purchase of Epstein Island to create Bro Island? Hopefully nothing comes back to haunt G&G. Time will tell. Let's see. Obama jail. Yeah, I would imagine most of this chat would say Obama jail. The Geeks and Gamers chat, I don't know. I don't know how much of a cross. I mean, I know we have a pretty big crossover from G&G to here. I don't know if it's not 100% crossover. So, but it's pretty good crossover for sure. Will you work retail if Zero goes to jail? If Zero goes to jail, what do you mean if Zero goes to jail? What do you mean by that? I don't understand the context of it. Barry should be in an orange jumpsuit, man. Bad. You should poll who's only a CobraCast viewer. Let me see. I gotta pull the stream up. Mike Zero, maybe? Mike Zero. All right, let's see here. Okay. How do I ask this question? Let's see. All right. I'll just put, do you watch G&G and a CobraCast? If I knew how to type. Okay. Just CobraCast. All right, there we go. So G&G and CobraCast or just CobraCast? There it is right there. So we'll see what the people say. I'm curious. 70% right now says they watch both. Okay, that's not bad. I figured 60-40 maybe. but we're 68-32. 60-40 would be pretty impressive, actually. If we had a 60-40 split, I mean, 70-30 is good too, but 60-40 would be impressive. You know, like the thing is like, so on Geeks and Gamers, I used to do a lot of solo streams over there on Geeks and Gamers. And then I stopped doing a lot of the solo streams, and I heard a lot of people say how much they missed the solo streams. So that's what this channel's for. And by the way, I will be making more videos for the main Geeks and Gamers channel. I'm going to get back in the rhythm. No bullshit. Like, because people may think that I hope there's if you're any content creators out there, I know people look at me. I don't know how people look at me, but outside of the fact they think I'm retarded, but people look at me and they see like I have all these channels and, we do so well with live streams, blah, 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 blah. Just like any other YouTuber, I deal with like massive, insecurities of like content. Like, does anybody care? Does anybody care about these videos? Well, maybe I shouldn't make videos for Geeks and Gamers because maybe only 10,000 people will watch it. Well, that's a lot of fucking people to watch a video. I don't care how many subscribers I have. 10,000 people watching a video is a lot of fucking video. A lot of people watching that. So, but I saw this guy, Roberto Blake, this tweet. I actually messaged him about this, and he put this tweet out that I saw, and he's like, if you're only focused on your view counts, you miss your real impact. Engage with your community in streaming and in the comments and Instagram. Ask me anything, and you will see a real impact you have on people. Also, look at your audience tab on YouTube at unique viewers over 90 days. That's how many humans you reached with your content. It doesn't matter if they watch your latest video. That's your ego talking. What matters is that reached real humans with something that you made at some point. 5,000 humans is max capacity at the San Diego Convention Center. 35,000 humans in Madison Square Garden. You are judging your value on the worst vanity metrics possible instead of on true impact. And that is something I never do. I never look at 90 days. Never fucking do that. I never look at that. I always look at like the day of or the last video. And so one of the reasons I haven't been making a lot of videos for Geeks and Gamers is because I was in a rut because I didn't give a fuck about woke Hollywood, and I still don't. But I do care about video games. Those videos are not going to get the fucking views that woke Hollywood shit gets. Fuck it. Who cares, right? I'm going to make retarded ass video game videos and, random movies and TV series as I'm watching. Like I'm watching a show called Animal Kingdom right now. I should be making videos on that. Nobody's going to fucking watch them, but a few people will. Animal Kingdom is a fucking great show. And I highly recommend it. It does have a gay dude in it, which usually is like, I don't really like, if I see two dudes kissing in a show, I immediately want to stop watching. It's just like, oh, it does work into the story of the overall thing of the show. So I give it kind of a pass, but yeah, I really don't like that. But yeah, it's a really good show. It's about four brothers. I guess you would say technically, there's four brothers. It's a family dynamic, man, but the show has incredible storytelling and incredible character development, and it's centered around this woman, and she is a fucking crazy bitch. And I love how the woman in the story is kind of the villain of the show. They don't actually make the woman out to be like, she's not like a sympathetic, villain. She's actually just an evil fucking bitch, and that's the best part of it. So it's a really good show, though. It's a really good show. 70-30 right there. So there it is. I'll leave it at there. So 70-30. But yeah, it's I think I'm in season 5 now. I think there's 6 seasons. But yeah, it's a good show. So all right. Where am I at? Beef Nancy says, this money goes to Nintendo. Oof, spend my money on something else, please. I mean, I don't even spend a lot of money on like new games and stuff like that. You know, it just doesn't. But I did buy a Switch 2, and I'm very happy with that. Let's see here. No, in all reality, most of the money, like, so D-Day Cobra falls into the Geeks and Gamers umbrella. All the money that Geeks and Gamers makes goes back into the company to make better content for everyone, funding different projects, things like that. So whether you're supporting D-Day Cobra or the Geeks and Gamers channel or any of my other channels, it all goes to Geeks and Gamers. And that's the way I designed it. I did for a while think I was going to split D-Day Cobra off from Geeks and Gamers, but it was a little less messy to just keep it all under one umbrella and let it all fund what we're trying to build, because I've always wanted to build this from the ground up into something bigger and better. And it was better to have D-Day Cobra fall under that umbrella. By the way, so I looked it up. So we're like 95,000 subscribers away from 1 million with the overall Geeks and Gamers network of YouTube channels, just G&G and D-Day Cobra. So that's not including like Ryan's channel and Jay and Josiah. At that point, we're probably over 2 million from there. But yeah, so we're closing in on 1 million subscribers. Insane. Got that. Matt Frog says, would you go to Bro Island if they have an area where Interstellar is playing a 24-hour loop? Also a Culver's. No, I would not. First of all, I can't deal with Culver's every day. I used to love Culver's, but I've had to move away from it. And yeah, I could just have an Interstellar 24-hour loop in my own house. So Mod Eric says, Jeremy, you should have none of the above. Be Nice says, you read my super chat. That's why I tap in, you real. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Coopster says, Animal Kingdom's last 2 seasons suck so bad. Well, I've just started season 5. So no spoilers, but there's obviously a big change in the story. Yeah, I'll find out what happens. Mitchell Fields says, merch idea. For the ladies, can we get some lady boxers that say Tuesday night's main event on the back? Not bad. Sola Felix says, we had to see 2 dudes kissing frequently. Obama's. Zero says, any update on the Band of Brothers watch party? Yeah, Thursday is kind of the day that I was trying to shoot for, because Thursdays are the day that I have the most free time. And, I'm out of town right now, so I can't do it. So I would like to start it maybe next Thursday, but it's really, the problem is every day that I schedule something crazy happens in politics, and I got to cover that. Like, that's it. That's seriously it. There's been days where even like our scheduled Mario Kart day where I'm like, I don't want to fucking do Mario Kart. I want to go live and talk about politics. Like, it's nonstop. So yeah, I mean, Thursday on locals, that's going to be the goal, to try to do it over there on a Thursday. We're going to do it in multiple sittings, obviously, because what is it, 10 episodes? So, yeah, and they're like, over an hour and 20 minutes per episode. So that's going to, that's every day in politics. I know it's nonstop. Okay, so we're going to end it there. I wanted just to do a live stream, catch up with all of you, and I appreciate all the support. You guys have been crazy supportive tonight. Make sure you like the video. We're almost at 1,000 likes. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow, and then we still have Mario Kart tomorrow night, so you'll see me. I don't know what time tomorrow I'm live. I don't want to guarantee a CobraCast tomorrow, but I probably will try to do one right before Mario Kart, but it just depends, because I am traveling, but I wanted to make sure that we go live. So hopefully we didn't have any issues with the internet after I got it fixed. So thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. Hope you have a good night. And if anything breaks, though, tomorrow, I will try my best to cover it. And I will do my best to do a car video as well. Coopster says, thank you, Jeremy. Even though you missed my $10. I didn't miss your $10. You didn't send one, did you? Now I got to fucking look. You only sent the $2. Coop, I'm going to go back through and make sure I didn't miss your fucking $10. Even though I already know you didn't send it, I'm still going to fucking look because the people's money matters. And I'm not seeing a $10 from you at all. You bastard. I'm at the top and there's no $10. You got me. Damn it. All right. GG's. Well, that was good. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Hope you have a good night. And we'll talk to all of you later. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, I don't know if I'm streaming my perspective on Mario Kart. I'll have to double check my my connection here. But we're certainly going to be live on the Geeks and Gamers Play channel. There's Coop with the $10. CLM. Chat lives matter. Mod lives matter. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Coop. I appreciate it, brother. Have a good night. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.